Good evening to all of you. Today's press conference we have called regarding the illegalities that have been committed by the government officials, that is the Chief Town Planner and the Chief Secretary. Now all of you are aware that the Town and Country Planning Act, an amendment was done 17(2), where the government said that you could apply for changes based on the errors in the regional plan. Now this particular amendment Goa Bachao Abhiyan has challenged in the High Court along with Goa Foundation. The reason being there are no checks and balances there to really check whether there were any errors. The amendment is so opaque, and that is why several illegalities have been are being committed and have been committed. Now, who is committing the illegalities? It is the Chief Town Planner who is committing these illegalities. He knows the law. Okay, he knows what is there in the regional plan. Yet they are entertaining applications and converting land which is supposed to be no development zone, like agriculture land, hills, so sand dunes, low-lying areas. They are converting it into settlement and charging money for it. Okay, knowing very well that this is against the law. And the worst part is that the member secretary, who is also the chief secretary, being an insider, has also converted land by committing illegalities. Now, there was a piece of land which was agricultural land on the regional plan, but they have shown it as orchard. They applied for conversion of orchard land to settlement, and this was granted. Now, whose duty was it to check the regional plan? It was the responsibility of the Chief Town Planner, who is signing the final document. Okay, now because it is of the Chief Secretary, this document has been signed, and this way so many lands in Goa have been converted. So today we are demanding that an inquiry be conducted into all these illegalities, especially of the conversion done by the Chief Secretary, and the reasons are very clear. Now, this particular conversion was approved by the board, including the TCP Minister and Chief Secretary, on 14th March and published in the Gazette through actions of the Chief Town Plan. Illegal construction had already taken place on the same plot, which the Town and Country Planning were fully aware of prior to the notification. Instead of directing action against such illegal construction, the Chief Town Planner, in abuse of power of position, processed it under the flawed amendment section 17(2), using this as tool for regularization. So when on the ground you could see there were these irregularities, the Chief Town Planner should not have signed the conversion. The Chief Secretary is custodian of the law in Goa and holds dual status as Secretary of the Town and Country Planning Department. He has taken undue benefit of his insider status as signatory on the Board of Approvals to convert a property that he proceeded to purchase after Chief Town Plan obligingly regularized under section 17(2) through Gazette notification. So, if the Chief Secretary's land conversion takes place, the illegal land conversion takes place, so you can imagine the status of land converted by so many other people. Now, we demand immediate suspension of the two officers and a CBI investigation into their blatant corrupt action. If the two officers are on duty, then they are going to tamper with all the evidence which is at their disposal. So therefore they have to be suspended. Investigations into self-serving beneficiaries of other conversions under the flawed Amendment 17(2) of the TCP Act. Not only this particular conversion, but all other conversions that have taken place. Suspension of the operation of Amendment 17(2) till such an investigation has reached its conclusion. Now, we had asked the Chief Minister for an appointment to discuss this matter. 17th September, we had given in a letter asking for an appointment so that we can discuss with the Chief Minister what are the problems on the ground. Thereafter, we sent another reminder, but till date, the Chief Minister has not given us an appointment to discuss. So here we want to discuss, deliberate and sort out issues, but the Chief Minister is, by not discussing, is only agitating the people to come on the streets. So here we are demanding, putting all the demands before the public, and through the media we are also making putting our demands to the government to immediately suspend the officers and conduct an inquiry.
We all knew a few weeks ago about the Chief Secretary actually having done a fiddle and misused his status, but the exact details were not so clear. The fact is that there was an illegal bungalow there was an illegal construction. That illegality, instead of being acted upon, was converted under 17(2). So the first thing is that 17(2), which is supposed to be looking at errors in the regional plan, is now being blatantly used as a conversion, as in a legalizing and a regularizing tool, which is actually not what it's supposed to be used for. That is one. And the second part is the Chief Secretary actually being on the board, which is, obviously against conflicts of interest. And we have this here where you can see all their signatures. So he signed that this property becomes officially settlement, and after that he goes and buys it. So this is pure insider trading, if you ask me. And unless people understand and get outraged with something like this, I don't know where we're headed at. But the Chief Minister needs to react. He can't be ignoring these kind of things.
In spite of so much of protests from the people, again we have another notification that has come out making more changes under 17(2) on 10th of this month. This is shocking. This is like when you don't care what people say, you say what you want, we'll do what we want. We have great respect for the post of Chief Secretary. He is like a father in the whole administrative setup. And it's very sad that a person like this, who's holding such a post, does such irregularities being in the committee, which is very shocking. We don't expect this from that post. And it's really sad that the people have to protest against the wrongdoings of the Chief Secretary. It's like protesting against your own father. A father who's supposed to see that the children do something that is right. He does something wrong. I think we would make a strong request to the Chief Secretary, set an example, get this decision reverted, get this zone changed from settlement back to paddy field, to agriculture. That would be really setting an example in Goa, and people will hold you in high esteem instead of treating you like somebody who's done something absolutely wrong. And it could be that a lot of money will be lost in this, but money is not everything. I think you have to hold up the position of Chief Secretary and revert back to that status. This will send an example to others who have done the same thing. let it start from the father. We consider the father the head of the administrative setup, and if he does this, it will be great and people will remember him rather than have the other opinion of him.
So was there a construction before it was converted under 17 to?
Yes.
Was there a
That's-
construction of a bungalow?
Yeah, that's
Illegal.
what we heard. There was an illegal bungalow because you can't build a bungalow in a paddy field. So the very fact that it
TCP
is,
knows about it.
yeah,
They
it's
know about
it's
it.
definitely illegal. Then you call it an orchard, which is actually agriculture, and then you change it to settlement, and then you buy it. Now this is something unheard of, and especially being done by the chief secretary of a state.